Hey folks, well, just got up a little while ago and kind of had a rocky night, literally. I think Mr. Pina Colada and Mr. Mojito were definitely fighting it out in the interior. Now, you're on a boat, the shower, okay, let's put this in perspective. The shower is laughingly small. From my arm to, well, basically the edge of this thing, it's barely 3 feet. I mean, barely 3 feet. Spiffy accoutrements, you have a clothesline, you have a secondary drain, because water will run out in a boat that rocks, and, okay, let's put this in perspective. Have you even seen me touch the shower curtain? Check this bad boy out. Now, I'm in about the middle of the ship, and this gives you some idea of just what the boat is doing. This is a 990-foot long vessel that's 109 feet wide, and it's moving that much. Other accoutrements that you have in the bathroom, he and she towel holders, numerous mirrors, a itty-bitty sink that actually works pretty good, a pooper. Okay, you have to hear the jet assist pooper. Okay, you get into this bad boy, you drop your bombs, and this is what you get for the launching procedure. You have a little push button on the roof. The wall. You ready for it? Countdown. 3, 2, 1, NASA, send off. Buddy, if you're gonna hang on for that one, you're a better man than me. Or other assorted stuff. Well, anyway, the bathrooms here are, well, they're a joke. You get 2 people in here and it's a crowd. You get 1 person in here, it's tight. Do they work? Yeah, it's a shower, but, I would never, ever recommend it for a home installation unless you're you're a masochist. Good times. Hey folks, time check, 0900, and we are looking at, water. We're looking at a lot of water because, well, there's not a lot of land, and, I got up, I looked over, and things were moving. Things were moving pretty good. I was laying on my side, and I was thinking to myself, this is probably not the best position. You're gonna have to move, or you're gonna blow chunks, and, well, chunks ain't wanting to be blown. Ugh, not good times, but it's not too terrible bad. Once you're standing up, it's not too terrible. That's, well, where we're at right now, waves. Hey folks, well, I got some breakfast in. This is Mrs. Dude's first plate, and you can see, stuff's moving. Mrs. Dude's stomach is not tolerating it. We are, well, it's going to be kind of hard to show because of the contrast between dark inside and bright outside, but they're not letting people upstairs on the top bow area because the boat's just kicking around too much. So, well, Mrs. Dude needs to get something maybe to settle her stomach. I was doing pretty good, man. They had salmon and capers and eggs and onion and bacon and sausage and home fries, and I'm doing good. I really don't get motion sickness too much, so I'm kind of really lucking out in that regard. The first day out, I did grab a Dramamine. Did I really need a Dramamine? No, not really, but just give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm gonna let that water come to a stop, and you'll see exactly what it's doing. Notice, no outside interaction. Everything is sloshing, because we are sloshing. Not good. At least, not good for some people. I think Mrs. Dude's a little green around the gills, and she really didn't appreciate it when I was mentioning, like, you know, the old, Sylvester and Tweety cartoon, where you see Sylvester kind of sitting there looking kind of rough, and then Tweety starts messing around with him, going, oh, it was a terrible storm. The boat was going up and down. Oh, everybody was getting very sick. And you see the cat turn green, run screaming for the rail. After, of course, well, Tweety decided to go, oh, Putty, you look terrible. How about some salt pork? Well, Sylvester, of course, it was him going, pork! Well, he just needed to blow chunks, and chunks didn't want to be blown. Well, not good times, and you can see how much this thing's kicking around. I have no outside interaction with this whatsoever. The boat is moving around that much. The boat's probably kicking up probably the better part of 3 or 4 feet, and if you're on the front of the boat or on the back of the boat, you're screwed. Not good times. Also, we're high up. Not fun. Anyway, I'm having fun. Good times. Hey folks! Alright, well, this one's going to be pretty much visual rather than audio, because once I get up above this glass protection, read the windshield, you guys are going to get hammered by wind noise. But this is basically moving along at about 20 some odd knots, so basically 22, 23 miles an hour. with about a 22 to 27 mile an hour wind, read like 30 to 31 miles an hour, so combined wind speed of 50 some odd miles of wind. Let me get up above this thing and you guys can hear exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on 1 second. Prepare for your speakers to get blown out. Did I mention those are like 12 to 16 foot swells? Yeah, kind of puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? Good times. I'm enjoying the ride. Other people aren't. Oh no, mojito o'clock. Mojito. See you guys, I need to get me some drink on. Hey folks, well, this one's gonna be a little hard, but it might be a visual and it may be an audio. I got a lot of wind noise. Let me see how this one works. This is what the side of the boat looks like. Starboard front, so starboard bow, cutting through 3 foot swells. Let me see if I can't get this sucker to work here. And of course, stern view. Yeah, buddy, that was a good one. The timing's off a little bit. It's one of those weird little secrets. If you speed it up or if you slow it down, you go out of rhythm, you reduce the ferocity of it. But the kicker is, if you slow it down, you got to speed back up. You got to make up the time that you lost, or if you go faster, you burn more fuel. Okay, so if you burn more fuel by going faster, or if you burn more fuel by making up the time of going slower, you're screwed. Better just to trudge on forward and deal with the resulting, well, seasick passengers. Not good times, but, well, it's fine for me, because I don't get seasick. Good time. Hey folks, Dude here. This one's going to be kind of a hard one because I got so much wind noise. Apparently, I'm going to have to really amp myself up here so you guys can just hear me without the wind knocking down my voice. So if I'm really loud, just turn this down because I'm needing to be right on top of this camera so I don't have the wind noise canceling out my voice. Okay, I'm now on the stern. So starboard side on the stern. You can see how much chop we have now and how the waves are really just kicking up. Mrs. Dude is taking a nap in the cabin because, well, apparently Neptune is kicking her butt. Poseidon said, you know what, let's have a little fun with her. Let's tweak with her equilibrium and really just give her a hard way to go. Let me see if I can get a good angle here so I can show you just how much the boat is kicking around. Okay, now watch the rail and watch the horizon. Notice the rise and fall. Yeah, this is one of these things. I'm absolutely pretty much on the very back of the boat. Those who are in the know when you have a boat, if you're in the center and you're very down low, you're in the center of axis. Basically, that's going to be the slowest amount, well, least amount of movement, and you won't get your ass handed to you. Now, if you're on the very front of the boat, or if you're on the very back of the boat, you will get your ass handed to you. In fact, you're going to get your ass handed to you in such a fashion that you're going to be truly regretting the fact that you said, oh, this cabin looks good enough at this end of the ship. Trust me, it isn't. You're going to get your ass handed to you. Not good times, not recommended procedure, and it's going to suck. Notice the rise. Notice the rise and fall of this bad boy. There's a high point and a low point, and I think the back end of this boat is probably moving somewhere in the order of at least 3 feet. Now, if you combine 3 feet with 990 feet of overall length, that's a hell of a lot of movement, man. There's a lot of things jumping around, and it's not even like everything is stable. It kind of sucks. I don't mind, though, because I don't get seasick easy. Good time.